Welcome down, everyone, to another episode of Those Nerds You Know. My name is Ethan.
I'm Eddie.
And we are Those Nerds You Know.
Hi.
Today, we're talking about that latest awesome movie thing that came out.
The Thing.
Ready Player One. We're talking about Ready Player One today.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it Friday. Eddie, when did you see it? You saw it last night?
Last night at 10:05.
Excellent. Opening weekend. It's done fairly well, I think, right? 51 million or somewhere in the 50s?
This weekend it's 41 million right now.
41, got you. Excellent.
That might have been yesterday's figures, though.
Yeah, true.
Oh, no, it's at 181 right now. What am I talking about? I'm looking at the
181.
statistics right now.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about domestically. But yeah, 181. Oh. Yeah, it's because it did really well in China. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in the 60 millions, I think, and then somewhere in the 50s for us, and so. But yeah, anyway, 181 million total worldwide. That's a pretty good opening, I'd say.
Yeah, especially since the budget was 175 million.
Yeah, so it's already hit its budget, topped its budget, got it back. So just
only
profits
up from
here.
there. Yeah.
Just profits, bro. Doing great. Overall, were you satisfied? Loved it? Hated it?
I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah, I agree. Same. I went in with basically no expectations.
I went in with low expectations because the book is horrible. Like, I'm just going to come out and say it. The book is garbage. Hot garbage. Sorry, Mr. Klein, but you're a pervert and you're gross. So.
What's so hot garbage about it?
It's just bad.
Yeah.
It's nothing but, like, name drops everywhere.
That's what I've heard.
Like,
it's just a whole bunch of references.
And Ernest Klein, I think that's what his name is like a womanizer, and like he's a pervert, and it shows in his writing sometimes, and it's gross.
Gotcha. Understandable. Yeah. Well, that sucks, but at least we got a good movie out of it.
Yeah, but Spielberg is probably the only director that could have made this movie as successful as it is right now.
Gotcha. I can believe that. I could have taken it and done well.
Yeah.
Maybe so. The only one with really,
that's his bread and butter, you know. Like this is like teenage sci-fi. It's glorious. It's his niche.
Yeah.
If he has a niche, he has so many talents, but this is like
right.
his genre, you know.
I'd say so. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Pretty good. Yeah. So I've heard other people say that the book is just a bunch of references and that it's not that great of a deal. And I was. From the way it was marketed and a lot of the trailers I saw, that's what I just thought the whole thing was going to be.
Same.
Was just a bunch of references and stuff.
And I think that's what everyone expected, because nobody expected this movie to do well.
Right, and I'm glad it wasn't that. I'm glad it was more along the like Wreck-It Ralph type thing, where there were plenty of references if you wanted to look at them and find them, but it wasn't about the references.
Right. It didn't detract from the story very much, if at all.
Gotcha. So yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, and you were pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. That seems to be the general consensus. A lot of people, I think, I went with a group of people to see it, and a lot of people, I think, really loved it or enjoyed it. I was surprised. I will say that it is a good film, and you should see it. I would recommend it. I do have my gripes with it.
Sure. I mean, it wasn't perfect at all by any means,
but
better than the book.
What did we like? I liked the main character more than I think I would. Let's see. I liked meeting all of his team. I like his team. His team was cool. And I enjoyed that he was cool, but he wasn't like a chosen one kind of thing. Like he wasn't even the one who found the second key. You know what I mean? The first one to really do it was Artemis. So I enjoyed that. Enjoyed that he was a bit flawed, even though he was still able to kick the crap out of the bad guy towards the end. That was really fun. That being said, I didn't particularly enjoy the bad guy. He was pretty lame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's generic corporate bad guy.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's another Spielberg thing. It's like his movies feel very 80ish, and this was a very 80s movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though it takes place in like 2045.
Yep.
But I mean, there's still so much retro stuff, and that's you know, it's good to like. That's a testament to the old stuff that stands even further into the future in this story. At least I like that. But it was a very like, you know, white character lead with his group of misfit friends and stuff. You know.
What were your favorite things? What'd you look at and go like, "Oh, that's cool. I like that."
Favorite things. I mean, I did like the references that I could point out. There was definitely Tracer from Overwatch,
right?
Getting her 2 minutes of fame. It's more like 2 seconds, but
yeah,
I'm sure Blizzard paid a bit for that.
Probably.
One of the things that I grew up on was secrets in games. So this movie was pretty much like made for me, or at least this story.
Yeah.
Because I love finding Easter eggs and stuff in games, or finding things that maybe nobody else has found. You know. And I very much liked that aspect of the story. I love search and find stuff. What else did I like? I don't know. It's just the whole concept is interesting as well. Like the VR world. But I watch animes with that in it, so you know.
Right.
But it's always fun to fantasize about that sort of thing.
It's interesting to look at it from a perspective of someone who does watch anime, and I guess because some of the tropes of like being in a game and having the game mean a whole lot in the real world is kind of been played through in a lot of anime recently. So it's interesting to think that this could be someone else's first experience with a video game being a real life thing, or being a really intense thing, unless they saw Jumanji a couple months ago, which they probably did.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting to see that theme, I guess, in movies right now. Now that we've already been through it several times over in anime. But yeah, that's cool. I too liked a lot of the references. I liked seeing some. I liked them more than I thought I would. I liked that it wasn't all just a bunch of comic book and video game stuff. But like we had a T-Rex and King Kong, and we had freaking Gundam at the end. And Mechagodzilla.
Batman.
So cool. Yes, Batman. Yeah. I love that. I thought that was really cool. It was a good time. It's fun to see. The Batman joke was really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. So let's go through the movie. Homeboy, Wade Watts, lives in the stacks. How'd you feel about the stacks?
I felt very unhealthy.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like a ghetto area. So,
yeah, right.
The slums, as it were.
Yeah. So yeah, he lives in a bunch of stack trailers. He's got a crap life. His parents
Columbus,
are gone.
Ohio.
Yeah.
One of the most desolate areas in real life for now, but it blossoms later, apparently.
Gotcha. Yep, that's what it does. Becomes awesome. Is that where like the? Yeah, that's where the video game people were headquartered, right? The two that made the Oasis. Yeah. Right. So these guys make the Oasis, and a couple decades from now, it blows up. Everybody loves it, and everybody uses it to escape their own dreary life in meat space, the real world.
And it meshes with real life, too.
Yeah. Truth.
You can buy things in-game and get them delivered to your house.
Buy things with in-game currency.
Yeah, with real-world items. So.
Yeah.
So obviously, it has an effect on the economy as well.
Yes, truth.
So...
It's interesting. So we've got Wade, your typical no name, whatever. He doesn't clan up because he's Kirito.
He's a loner. He's a lone wolf.
Yeah, which was interesting. That's an interesting thing I haven't really thought about. Like why he would just base just not clan up at all.
Because
he has friends, obviously.
Maybe he wanted all the glory for himself. And
I guess so. Maybe he is secretly a jerk.
At first, he was fucking egotistical and stuff.
Anywho, the guy that made this thing dies, and he tells everybody that he's left an Easter egg in the game, and he's left 3 challenges to get 3 keys that you need to open the door to get said Easter egg in the game.
Which is weird. I mean, it's a literal Easter egg, and it's like not even an Easter egg. It's like a goal.
Yeah, it's like a quest. Because an Easter egg is something that you wouldn't point out, that you wouldn't say is in the game.
Right.
Someone would
it's
just come
hidden
across.
away.
Yeah.
Like, it's pointing at it, it's like, hey, this is the finish line, not the actual, side quest that might be... I mean, they even say that in the last thing. It's like, oh, it was like the first Easter egg. It was hidden in the game and has no meaning to the ending. But obviously, this is an ending for the movie and for the ultimate goal.
It seems like this was created as the game itself. Like, this was the purpose of the game, and this is the game. And the whole time, you've just been playing features of the game without playing the game.
Right. Which was, I found pretty weird, but
yeah,
it's whatever.
Strange. But
call it whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah, accurate. It's the One Piece. It's
the One Piece. I'm surprised they didn't make any references to that, because I haven't seen any anime characters, to be honest.
Well, they had Gundam.
Now that I think of it. Yeah, well, Well, that's true. Okay. Point.
Yeah, I don't know really if there's any other.
We didn't have any Disney characters either.
Anime characters. We have any what?
We didn't have any Disney characters either, so.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know.
Disney was like, no, Warner Brothers.
Yep. I don't. Yeah. Other than like, I mean, there was a samurai guy and a ninja guy, so I guess like alluding to that kind of culture and anime and things of that nature, but nothing specific other than the Gundam.
Ninja and samurai. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Godzilla, which is Japanese but not anime. Yeah. Anyways. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, we have that, and our lovely main character happens to be a super nerd about the guy that made the Oasis, which plenty of other people are. So that was fairly convincing as to.
I mean, he was the god of the Oasis, so.
Right. It was interesting to me that no one else had like really figured out the race thing, because they've been doing it for what, a year?
I think, wasn't it 5 years?
Well, yeah, it's 5. Well, maybe so. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think it was 5 years since the thing had started.
It had started, right? And then, yeah, you're right. And then like a year
into
before the current when they found the contest. Or
gotcha. Yeah.
Or the first trial or whatever they called it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was strange to me, but I guess
go backwards.
Yeah, I guess no one else spent a whole bunch of time watching movies of this guy's life, but that's fine, I guess. But that was really cool. I liked that race. It was really fun. I liked watching him do it the first time. All the carnage, all that nonsense. How did you feel about the zeroing out concept?
That was very good. I like that.
Okay. Yeah, putting actual risk.
Another like real world tie-in, because you put so much money into power-ups and stuff. I like that concept.
Yep.
What did you think?
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was like, I was like, man, that's really intense. Like, I was trying to think of if I would actually try and do any of that stuff that would cause you to zero out if I was in this game. Because it wasn't just the trials, right? It was also like PvP. You could lose if you went to certain places.
Apparently, PvP was open to everybody too.
Yeah,
apparently.
Nuts. I was just like, I don't know if I would really risk any of that nonsense. Like, I don't know if I would have been brave enough to do so.
Yeah.
But then I also don't know, like, if there's a leveling system or how that works in this game. Because I mean, like, obviously you lose your swag, but like, would you also lose your ability to do
going
things?
back to level 1.
Okay, gotcha.
At one point. After you respawn, you lose everything and go back to like level 1.
Nuts.
So, who knows? I mean, this is probably described in the book, but they didn't make too many references on the entirety of it.
Gotcha.
But
yeah.
I mean, it gave you the basic rundown. It's like if you die in the game, you lose all your crap. So.
Yeah. It did explain that well and showed it.
Yeah. Did the
Plus, the guy almost killed himself.
The Scott Pilgrim coin thing.
Yeah, that was really cool. I really did enjoy seeing people pick up coins. That was fun. It was a good time. Let's see. So anyway, we watched this guy. We watched him get the first key. Then several other people get the key because that's pretty natural. Once someone figures out something's possible, a lot of other people start finding it possible afterwards, both in real life and in video games. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. We watched that, and then we've got this. So the least believable part of this movie for me was this corporation.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How so?
I just like. This corporation.
You don't think a company would rise up to try to get control of the whole
No, I
world
certainly
order?
believe that. I do not believe that in America someone could then literally and actually enslave other human beings into these pods where they had to work.
Yeah, that was a bit.
I don't believe that was possible.
The loyalty centers.
Yeah, I don't believe that this corporation could aggressively terrorize people and enslave them.
Well, I've seen a couple of other movies explain it they passed a law that you could work people for their debt and stuff. And,
right. I mean, that's feasible, especially if someone signs a contract with you when borrowing something from you or things of that nature. You can and should be held accountable for that money if you don't get it back, yada, 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 yada. Whatever. I understand that nonsense. But they were their life looked worse than people in prison. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, these people come into people's homes and in full raid gear with guns. And I'm like, what corporation in the US is allowed to do that?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous to me. Also, they blew up a whole stack.
Yeah. That also was questionable.
Of course someone if you set off a bomb in the US, yes, someone's going to look back. He was like, "Oh, no one's going to care. It's just the slums." And I'm like, that does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. There was an explosion and it killed people.
Yeah. The United States is a little bit testy about bombs.
I'm sure especially in the future
yes,
where they'll be able to holograph or X-ray vision your suitcases and stuff, which they can already do in airports and stuff.
Yes. Also, if we're talking about passing law and regulations and things, I'm certain there would have been laws passed about all the freaking drones in the air, because the bombs were delivered by drones. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not...
And obviously there's a police force because they appear in the ending.
That's the thing. The whole time I'm watching this movie, I'm like, where are the cops?
Where are you? Why
have you been? Why didn't you call the police immediately? Why haven't you called the police 3 times at this point? What is going on? And then they finally show up. And also, in that sequence where the police arrive, this man... Okay, so this is the corporation head, the lead, the CEO, whatever he is. He gets out of his car, and everyone in the slums is
parted ways.
Boy, we know who you is. Yeah. You better step off. And he pulls out his handgun, and this group of 50 people are like, whoa.
And they're like, whoa, God.
And I'm like, you're in the ghetto. You telling me no person has a gun? Every one of those people has a gun. If my knowledge of people who live in trailers is correct, every person has 2 guns, and you would be dead. I thought that was weird too. That was the most unbelievable
whole parting part of the people. I'm like, his back is exposed the entire time.
Yeah, no, he'd be real dead.
By himself.
No, not okay. Yeah,
and I'm sure not many people know who he is in the slums, or they do, and they would be pissed off at him.
Yeah. So stupid.
Yeah, no, that was very interesting. That was an interesting cut. Just the parting of the people, they're in awe or something. I mean, it's a gun. Somebody might die, sure, but
real dumb. Yeah, that was strange. All of that was unbelievable to me. The rest of it was okay. One other thing. We established early on that you log out of this game just by grabbing your headgear and pulling it off of you. So why at any point when you're being shot at would you just not do that?
There might be a combat cooldown or something.
There might be, but we don't.
Like in World of Warcraft.
But they didn't establish that. Like,
that's true, but it did move relatively fast.
Yeah.
As a whole.
At no point did we say, oh, you can't just pull your headgear off to get out of. Like for instance, if they would just explain that, oh, if you're in a certain area or if PvP has been engaged, you can't log out until you're in a safe spot. That would have been enough.
Yeah.
But I didn't explain that, and I'm just like, you could just get out. Just
look, Ethan. Games aren't perfect.
They're not. Neither are movies. Anyway, I've gotten out, I think, most of my problem with this movie. Those were my issues. It's just... Whew. Anyways.
One of my gripes was the whole love connection, like, super early in the movie.
Oh, yeah, how quickly it happened? Yeah. No, it advanced real fast.
and, you know, I've been in situations where love has blossomed on the internet, and you know, Artemis is like, no, you don't love me, you love my avatar or whatever, and this is understandable. An understandable
response, yes.
Yeah, and he was like, no, I love you.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. I'm like, okay, calm down. You don't get your get your European wet somewhere else.
Yeah,
let's calm down.
Right, yeah, I didn't buy a whole lot of that. I was like, nah.
But you know, that's another like 80s movie quality where it's like, oh,
definitely.
Love blossoms immediately. Oh, love at first sight.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. That's definitely a movie thing in general. Gosh.
That's one of the reasons why I felt it was going a bit too fast. But I mean, you know, you only have a limited amount of time for an entire book.
Right, and I mean, the movie is 2 hours and 18 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Runtime, so it's a good long movie already. So.
And I don't feel like there are any parts that they could have like adapted for other things. Granted, I haven't read the book. I've only read excerpts, but I'm sure I think they use their time well with the movie, like with everything that they've done.
Gotcha.
So, you know, but that's a Spielberg thing. Like he got all the key parts I think he needed to get. Keys.
Yeah. So, have you seen The Shining?
I have not seen the entirety of The Shining. Like, I know about the two twins.
Gotcha.
You know, at the hallway, because that's like the Shining scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come play with us.
Gotcha. I've not seen The Shining, but I've seen like little clips, and so like I recognized those two kids when they showed up. I was like, oh yeah, that's a horror thing. Gotcha, that must be in The Shining. But yeah, I that was a lot of fun. I think that section was really fun. Gosh, were there any great video game jokes you loved?
Jeez. You go first.
I enjoyed the joke about it was H that was talking to Z about Z is Wade Watts' character, and H is, I don't remember what her real life name was, but it started
Samantha.
with H. No. Artemis is
not
Samantha. H is
right.
The mechanic. Is it Helen in real life?
Helen Harrison.
Yeah. Anyway, H was talking to him about how you don't know Artemis. Artemis could be a 40-year-old man living in his mom's basement. Artemis could be Chuck. You could be talking to
300 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I like that. And I like that it ended up being Helen was who she was. That was really cool. That was a fun time. Do you feel? Here's a good question. Do you feel that this was an accurate depiction of gamers, of people who play games?
No.
Why for so, Eddie?
Absolutely not. Because
let's do this. There's a spectrum, I think, in this movie of gamers. Let's say finish your thought and your statement, but then let's see who in this movie might be closest to actually representing a gamer versus who is the farthest from it. You know what I mean?
Geez, I don't know.
Well, finish your statement.
I feel like they didn't represent too much of the spectrum.
Gotcha.
Like they had, the misfits. Like I said, like it's a whole gang of like spontaneous personality, woohoo, fun,
Yeah.
But no, like there's a lot of toxicity in the gaming community, and I don't feel like that was touched upon at all, aside from Mr. Corporate Man. But
yeah,
like even the skull chest guy who wasn't even. Like,
he was hilarious. I loved every moment with him
funny.
in it.
He is very funny.
So good.
I like his character. He plays the same character in every movie, personality-wise, but I enjoy him because he's funny. But I expected him to at least like rage somewhat,
Yeah.
for missing an opportunity. But no, everybody was completely calm and understanding of each other, and hey. Can I get a screenshot with you, Mr. Parzival?
Oh, gosh, that's so true. Yeah, anytime. Oh, man. Yeah, no one...
No, someone would have shouted, I hope you and your family get cancer. I'm dying over here.
Yeah, there was nothing was thrown at him at all. And I'm like, man, that is it's not...
Like,
that's not accurate. But I don't know. Maybe we didn't need an accurate portrayal in this. Maybe we needed a good portrayal of video game players. I think that's all right.
Yeah, no, it was definitely okay. Like with what they shown, it was all right. But I don't think it was a very good depiction of gamers as a whole.
Not super accurate. Gosh. Oh man. So. Oh, another question I had about real life was like, where is school? Who's going to school? No one seems to like all these all these children just playing this game.
Yeah, they did mention like one of the stipulations of Wade's deal with Nolan, the CEO guy, was to create a better school or something like that. So that might have been mentioned in the book and stuff, but it wasn't touched on very much in the movie.
Yeah,
so
that's my whole thing. Like the real life version of this was had a lot more problems, I think, than the game life did.
Yeah, no, it definitely had a questionable consequences in the real world.
Accurate. Let's see. I'm just thinking through what else we liked. I enjoy that. Like when I was going into this movie, I was feeling very much like it's just going to be a Treasure Planet thing or a One Piece thing. It's just going to be here, come get this thing. And like, yes, it was, but it was refreshing enough and fun enough, I think, along the ride for me to not care. It wasn't
right.
Yeah, and I don't feel like it was quite as predictable. I mean, it was obviously, the good guys are going to win and all that nonsense. Like that in and of itself is predictable, but it was fun enough and different enough on the ride to that.
Yeah.
That I wasn't bored watching it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what trope I dislike? Whenever the big CEO guy has to be like, oh, I'll just do it myself because everybody keeps failing around me. It's like no CEO would ever do that.
No.
Like in real life at all.
Accurate.
That's another very 80s thing. It's like, but still, it's like I cringe whenever I see that. It's like, come on, guys. A businessman, regardless of how much he wanted to prosper his business, wouldn't go out and be like, I'm gonna kill some kids.
Yeah, definitely. That's super accurate. So, gosh, this man is so dumb. And didn't understand anything he was doing or his motivation for doing it. As everybody was just like, he's just a bad guy, and he's like, I'm a bad guy, and
he enslaves people.
It's like, what are you doing? Yep. He was weak sauce, but a real businessman would probably just hire someone, or
and he did that in the movie,
like he does in the game. Yeah, like he hires skull chest guy.
But he still goes out of his way to put his own goons in his business of operation, like the mercenaries. Like he has spaceships attack the distracted globe or whatever it's called, and they lose him and Artemis. So
Boo.
I don't know. It's like, are you what? Either hire a lackey or a mercenary, or use your own guys. You know, even like choose who you want to send out. You can send out your army, or send out this mercenary who has obviously done jobs for you in the past and has succeeded in them because he has a salary compared to you or with you.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Just calm your titties.
Yeah, Jesus, so dumb.
And I felt like there was a lot of like Deus Ex Machina in this. Like he bought all the items in the store that he was going to use later.
Absolutely, that's so true.
I thought that was weird. I was like, just buy more stuff at least.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fine. You don't have to buy the exact items that you are going to use later in your fights.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and he did. I mean, he bought that suit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he used the suit. He uses the suit.
Right, but the suit didn't save him from anything. If anything, true. The suit was a hindrance because it was so real, quote unquote real. He got hurt a lot more.
I also didn't understand that either, because I mean, yeah, you might think that you want to like experience the pain that you would feel in the game.
Yeah, no, you don't.
But you would not want to do that. I promise. Especially if you're limping from a crotch shot.
Yeah, no. No,
why would you want that? I'm sorry, but
real dumb. Yeah, that is a thing that like I've seen in a lot of. I've seen more than once, like more than just in this movie, and I'm always like, nope, no thanks.
That's not as pleasurable or exciting as people think it is.
No.
Like I've felt pain, and I don't enjoy feeling it.
Nope.
I get that enough from sitting in my chair all day and being like, oh, my back hurts. I want to feel this all over my body. Yay.
I don't want to know what it's like to get an arrow through the head. Thanks.
Right? Jeez.
Yeah. No, gracias. Yeah, that was weird. But, meh.
Like, why? Like, I understand, like, the pleasure part of it, you know, and the touching, if you want that in your video game.
Gotcha.
But, you know, pain is a completely different story.
Yep,
unless you're into it, like, you know, weirdos.
All right, Eddie, so
and they huh?
Oh, please continue.
No, and like they advertised it, like they made it seem like it was pumped up. It's like, oh, I want to feel the punches. It's like, no, you don't, child.
Nope. Every time we saw that ad, and I was just like, nah. I'll pass.
I just thought that was funny. Like they were advertising it like that. It's like,
yeah.
You don't know, kid. You do not know.
So if you were in this game, who were able to participate in the Oasis, how do you think? Would you clan up? Would you have gone after the egg?
Yeah.
What kind of
probably.
ridiculous avatar would you have?
What avatar would I have? Good lord. Well, and that's one of the things. It's like there were a couple of variations of certain characters, but I never saw like a copy of another avatar. So what kind is there a rule against having a duplicate avatar of someone?
I don't know.
Because there were different Battletoads, but there were different Battletoads in the actual game.
Right.
And the Master Chief armors
a bunch of different ones
in Halo. So what's the line there? We could have seen two Tracers.
True.
You know, but I never saw any replication. So I thought about that. I was like, can you not like have certain avatars if someone else has one? Because that would be very difficult to do with millions and millions of people around the world. So I'd assume that there would be some sort of, you know, allowance of replication. Mm-hmm. But who would I choose? Good lord, I don't know.
Gosh, I would.
If you could be anything and anyone, like who would you be? That's basically what this question is.
Yeah, no, gosh, I would spend a lot of time in fake New York being Spider-Man. I promise. Good lord, that would be cool.
That would be something animalistic and standing on two legs, most likely. You know me.
Yeah, I do know you. That is cool. No, I think it would be really sweet to be Spider-Man. Just climb up walls.
No.
That'd
not
be so
in this
cool.
universe. So not in this movie, at least.
Super sweet.
Disney's like, no. No Marvel.
Or I'd just be Goku.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious to see if they like had like 4 or 5 different Gokus like fighting. Mm-hmm. That would have been hilarious. But or like 5 different Cloud Stripes from Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
or Sephiroths or something.
There are so many. I think there are a lot of really great jokes you could have done in like the anime world with this movie that a lot of people I'm sure just weren't aware of. Most people making this film probably just weren't.
Yeah. Oh no, they are completely in their own like old world.
Definitely. Like the idea of gaming in this was a very much an older idea, I think. Older person's idea.
And that's understandable with Spielberg, and like, Klein doesn't know what he's doing. So
yeah, certainly.
Well, apparently he does because he got a movie with Steven Spielberg. But,
yeah,
whatever.
But yeah, like just like it would be hilarious to see a bunch of Goku. I think it'd be hilarious to see a bunch of Kiritos. Like that would be.
That would be great. Why didn't they do that? Jeez, that would have been great. Yeah. There's even like video game things that they could like Final Fantasy, Cloud and Sephiroth and stuff.
Yeah,
they could have done that so easily.
More JRPG oriented. Yeah, no, that would have been absolutely.
Just man,
have all the Kiritos clan up and all solo the front line together. That'd be great.
That would have been hilarious, and everybody would have cracked up about that.
Yeah, no, yes, to be honest. Absolutely true. Although I certainly would have had to lean over and explain that to a couple of people that was with. But
yeah.
Definitely would have been worth it. But for sure, there are other references that not everybody's going to get. So throw us a bone, Spielberg. Was there any Nintendo in this?
I don't recall very much because I was looking for references and stuff, but I didn't actually pay too much attention to it. Because they were background characters and stuff, and I don't usually look at background stuff on the first viewing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I mean, the Battletoads were a Nintendo produced game. I think, pretty sure it was. Actually, let me check that. I don't know. I don't recall. I mean, there's a lot of Microsoft.
Oh yeah, certainly.
A lot of Namco. And I didn't even look at the list. There's apparently a complete list of all the cameos and stuff.
I assume that was Capcom.
Yeah, Capcom was featured. Capcom was definitely prominent.
Because there was a Hadouken. Was it a Hadouken that he did at the end? I don't remember hearing him say anything when he did it.
I saw Ryu and Ken
That's
in the
right.
movie.
I'm pretty sure I saw them as well, yeah.
And those were Capcom. Ryu was in the racing... in the racing part, to get the key. I guess he was someone's avatar. So.
Yeah, I imagine they would have you'd have to be able to do multiple avatars because they had all the freaking army guys from IOI.
Yeah, true.
I imagine,
but each of them had different numbers.
500 Harley Quinns, not just the one we saw.
Yeah. The one that, and I think that would have been funny to see multiple copies of things.
Yes.
But whatever.
Definitely.
Give enough screen time to everyone.
Yeah, probably so.
Or at least trace her in a different outfit because we see her 3 times in the movie.
Yeah, all in her basic.
Give her a different colored skin because she has different colored skins in Overwatch.
Gotcha.
Production value, whatever. Just copy and paste. Make her do things.
Overwatch. Wonder what that game's like.
They could have done better characters to be honest, but I guess she's the most relevant right now.
Better than what?
Tracer. They have a lot of other characters to choose from, but I guess Tracer is one of the most relevant right now since Overwatch is pretty big. I'm surprised Riot didn't get on it, with characters from League.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah. Don't know.
Because if Blizzard is doing it, maybe there was a friction there,
maybe
Blizzard's in this.
I wonder how much the buy-in might have been though.
No. Oh well, yeah. Riot's an indie, a small indie company. They wouldn't be able to afford such a thing. Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know where people are.
That's a meme. It's complete bullcrap.
Gotcha. What do you think this movie was about?
What do I think it was about?
Indeed.
Connecting with people, becoming friends in real life, and don't get on your computers too much because you'll lose yourself and you'll get poor and get put into a ghetto.
Maybe so. Do you feel changed, Eddie?
No. Like there were a few like moral lessons that they tried to get across, but it didn't really work out very well. Like the love thing, because despite Artemis's rejection of "you don't love me, you love the avatar," blah 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 blah, like she basically almost kissed him, like when they met in real life, like a day later.
Truth be told.
It's like, come on, Artemis, but yeah. And don't spend your time too much on a computer. That's why I shut off the Oasis Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Because we had forgotten to blah 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 blah. And it's like your life is infinitely better now because
of this guy.
Yeah. It's like, shut up, child. Get out of my face.
Good.
Go watch your mentor's memories again. Some more.
Yeah. I agree. I think what they were overall trying to say with this movie was that, like, remember to connect with real people. But I think it also, I don't know, it was a good time. I think it was good that we've had yet another really good movie centered around video games.
Yeah. That
Not
wasn't
a good
directly
video game
part
movie.
of a video game.
Yeah, but a good movie about video games. Jumanji and this film both have done well, or seem to. Jumanji did great.
Oh man, here comes Rampage to ruin everything.
Yeah, gosh. Well, I mean, that's not a movie about a video game. That's a video game movie. The distinction being it's specifically from a video game, trying to adapt a video game into a movie. Mm-hmm. Whereas like these two, like Jumanji and this movie, I feel fit more in the line of Wreck-It Ralph, which I don't feel is a video game movie, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
Yeah. A movie where the setting is a video game. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'd say definitely go see it. It's a sight to see. It's a very good looking film as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's very pretty.
Yes.
Like, it's all pretty much majority CGI stuff, but
accurate.
It's fun. It's still good looking.
A good time.
They spent a lot of money on this movie.
Yeah. Was it as much? Was it as much as Justice League? I don't know if it cost as much as Justice League. I don't know what was
Justice League's budget.
Which is funny to me because Justice League looks terrible.
Oh my god, it was $300 million budget for Justice League.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the figure I had in my head, and I was like, man, yeah, gosh, that movie looked so bad.
Wow, I don't know.
The comparison to that is unreal. Like, gosh.
And they're both Warner Brothers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both by Warner Brothers.
Accurate.
What the crap, man?
I mean, yeah. Granted, I'm sure plenty of the budget went to reshoots for Justice League, but that's still like.
And Steven Spielberg, he can make, water into wine apparently.
Yeah.
Because he is an amazing director. For the most part, so I guess that's understandable. He cut costs where he could.
Probably. Yep.
So
good.
Understandable.
Goodness gracious.
Steven Spielberg didn't work on the Justice League movie.
So didn't. That is a fact. Man. I wonder what it would be like if he did.
Probably infinitely better.
Yeah, it probably couldn't be any worse than Snyder. Gosh.
Who knows?
Anyways, good film. Go see it 3 times with your kids. It's great.
Yeah. I might go see it again soon.
I likely will.
Because I have Movie Pass.
As do I. Used it for this viewing.
Yep.
We'll likely use it again. I'm also really want to see Pacific Rim Uprising.
Well,
and
you have fun with that, Mr.
And
Ethan.
I kind of want to see Tomb Raider. I'm curious.
Yeah. Another video game movie.
Indeed.
It's video games in Hollywood.
Yup.
Woo! Hollywood is all about the video games now.
Gonna be just as bad as I've always been, I'm sure.
Gonna be the esports.
Yeah, esports.
The esports.
I wonder how long it'll be before we have a movie about esports.
Oh, very soon, I'm sure.
Huh.
There's so many juicy stories among the League of Legends and the Koreans.
You would know more than me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely some juicy stuff. Actually, recently, yesterday, one of the League of Legends pro players who is very prominent on the scene, his older brother murdered his mother.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
what in the world?
Yeah, no, it's definitely what the crap.
That is terrible. Wow. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
it's pretty crazy. So
goodness gracious. I hope things go as
pro
well as they
athletes
could in that
are not
exempt
able to escape.
from,
Not exempt. Yeah, those sorts of tragedies.
Good night. Whew. Well, on that happy note, do you have what else have you been looking into, reading, watching? Have any recommendations?
What have I been watching? I know Food Wars is about to come out, and My Hero Academia is about to come out this month.
Truth.
So that's going to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. One of them will be, yes.
Both of them will be. You
Ethan has an opinion.
Person.
That's fine. Maybe you should review Food Wars one day.
Maybe I will.
That'd be cool. Because I'm not going to watch it. So.
Yay, one-sided explanations.
That's fine. I mean, David and I did that plenty. And you did review all of Mario Odyssey with me just sitting here.
True. But I'm very monotone in my explanations.
Oh, that's what I'm here for.
That's fun.
I started watching Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets today.
Started watching.
Yeah, I got through about half of it before we had to pod, so I'm going to watch the other half of it now after we're done. And I've liked it thus far. Thus far, I think it's been a lot of fun and interesting. Mm-hmm. Dane DeHaan, by the way, is the name of the main guy, whose name I couldn't remember. He's the other person that plays one of the goblins from... He plays the Green Goblin in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah, Dane DeHaan, Willem Dafoe. Couple of weird names. Couple of weird characters. But yeah, it's been fun thus far. It's really pretty. It's gorgeous. Very colorful. Interesting story. Cool. This fur. So yeah. What else?
I don't think there's anything else.
I downloaded
at the moment.
Downloaded the demo of Dragon Quest Builders. So I'm gonna give that a... Right? That's what that's called? I'm gonna give that a look into.
No idea.
It's a game on the Switch. I think it came out earlier for something else and then was ported to the Switch, I believe. But one of the guys I watched on YouTube really liked it, so I downloaded the demo and I'm gonna give it a look. See, I downloaded a couple other demos as well. No purchases yet from demos I've tried. I decided not to go in for Kirby.
Yeah, that's a party game, definitely. A friend game.
Yeah.
You don't have any friends.
I have no friends. No, we've been playing a lot of Jackbox lately. It's like someone else in our friend group has a Switch and also has a Jackbox, but he has a different party pack than I do. So we've been having a great time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Fun times. Been playing Starbound a bit recently too.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
It's my it's a planet exploration like Terraria kind of.
Okay.
It's similar to Terraria in the sense of like it's 2D and you build stuff.
Gotcha.
Fight monsters.
Fun junk.
But there's this is like my fourth playthrough, but I haven't played with the mod like there's a big mod pack out for it called Fracken Universe. So I've been Fracken. So I've been playing that. It's pretty fun.
Fun, John. Have you played more Sea of Thieves?
I played a little bit, mostly because my playing partner has been working a lot. Like, he's had a lot of doubles, so I haven't played very much.
Gotcha.
But what I have played, like, we fended off, like, me and two of my friends fended off a pirate fortress, like, against a 4-man group and another 2-man group.
Oh,
so
that's cool. That sounds great. Yeah. What a good time. So you had your complete 4-man group against these other two?
No, we only had 3.
Oh, you had 3.
Yeah, and we pretty much destroyed a 4-man group and a 2-man group that were attacking us at the same time.
Excellent. Oh, that must have felt so good.
Oh, it was. Like, we don't know why they gave up, because we sank them a couple of times, and they sank us like 1 or 2 times. But we kept coming back because you don't you respawn pretty close to where you died from.
Where you died. Gotcha.
And they just stopped. I don't know. I don't know if they disconnected or if they switched servers or what. But it was pretty funny because we got all the loot. So super fun times.
That's good. Way to go. Way to kill those people you don't know.
Good
you. Good plan.
Sank they were back.
No, I like that. That's really cool. I think that's the show. I think that's about it for this week.
Sounds good to me.
You can contact us through Gmail, thosenerdsyouknowpod at gmail.com, or on Twitter at TNYKpod. You can find us on Facebook. Be sure to give us a like, comment, and subscribe on our episodes, please. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on iTunes and Google Play and a lot of other places that you listen to podcasts and such, Podbean, Castbox, Stitcher, all of those things. Do let us know what you thought about the movie we saw.
Ready Player One.
That's the one. Thanks, Eddie. Let us know what you thought about Ready Player One. Let us know what you are looking forward to coming up. Any movies or games or anything of that nature. If you've been playing Sea of Thieves, let us know how many people you've killed, how much booty you found, and all that nonsense. Let us know about that. Thanks for listening again. We very much appreciate it. And once again, my name is Ethan.
I'm Eddie.
And we are those nerds you know. Bye.